The judge bangs his gavel down on his desk and he yells out, "Order in the court." And somebody in the back of the courtroom yells out, "Judge, I'll have a tuna fish sandwich on rye." Is that really what it means? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information about when the court officer is going to take the jury's lunch order during the course of trial. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney practicing law in the state of New York. Now, you might think that that's a joke. You know, the judge bangs his gavel down, he says, "Order in the court," and somebody yells out their order. No, that's not what happens. He's not asking for anybody's order. However, you should know that in these civil lawsuits involving accident cases and medical malpractice and wrongful death cases, those cases where you have a jury sitting and deciding who is more likely right than wrong, there will come a time during the course of the trial when the court officer will ask the jury for their lunch order. And when will that be? It'll be after the trial is over. It'll be when the jury is deliberating. The court actually goes ahead and pays for the juror's lunch during that period of time. So now, after the case is finished, the attorneys have made their closing arguments. The judge has given the law, the instructions of the law, of what to do in this particular case. And now it's time for the jury to go back into their room to decide who is more likely right than wrong. And before they begin that process, the court officer is going to come to the jury members and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, now here are the order sheets for lunch. Circle exactly what it is that you want, and we will bring you lunch at the appropriate time." So that is the only time that you will hear anybody taking an order in court for somebody's lunch. So why do I share this quick little story with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on when your civil lawsuit is over and now the jury goes back to deliberate. And you really now know that the court officer is going to take their lunch order, and if they're going to be there a second day, well, he'll do the same thing on the next day. You know, I recognize you have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but you have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love the opportunity to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.